All right, we are here and we are live on YouTube as well as Discord. What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, November the 6th, 2024. It is the experience, people. We're about to go extreme, maybe. But welcome, everybody. I am Drew, and with me, as always,
is Justin from Spinebuster Tees and SpinebusterTees.com.
No camera today?
Oh, I didn't know I wasn't on camera. Sorry about that.
No, just
I thought I clicked it on already.
No. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to bring it up. I didn't know if maybe something's wrong with your camera. But
nope.
Yeah, people. RJ the Brooklyn Savage should be jumping on rather soon. I'll text him in a bit. But what is up, everybody? It's a new day. It's a new age. We have a president in the Oval Office. Not necessarily someone that's new. It's a WWE Hall of Famer. Again, Mr. Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, as we all know, this is not a political podcast, so we'll try to keep this short and sweet. I didn't vote. I wanted to, actually, but I didn't register in time. So, yeah. Did you vote, Justin?
No.
Okay.
I think that both candidates are god awful, and people are brainwashed. They think one side is gonna help them, and the other side is not gonna help them. Guess what? Both sides don't give a fuck about you.
Right. Yeah.
This country's shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way. Where, at the end of the day, the people that love, adore, and worship Trump, it's like he more than likely wouldn't piss on you if you're on fire. So these people that think he's like Jesus or their savior in some aspect, it's like, open your eyes, people. At the end of the day, he's only going to help rich people. That's the best way to put it. But yeah, Maurice is saying cold aspect. Yeah, he's right. But yeah, just again, I'm not really happy about the choice. I'm really not. For the way it looks, shit's going to be hard for a lot of people, specifically, women, minorities. It's going to suck. These next 4 years are going to suck, but, what else can I say? But, we're going to have to wait for the next election to get this moron on here. LGBTQ community, you're right. It's gonna suck. If you're not white, or if you're not a white straight man, then shit's gonna suck. That's the best way to put it. But what else can we say, people? We didn't really have a good choice on either side, but who's to say it would have been better even with Harris?
No, it's. I don't even want to get into it, but it's like picking the lesser of two evils. Is like, okay, well,
right.
It's gonna suck on both sides. You know what I mean? So just the fact that people are leaning very hard on one side versus another, and vice versa, it's stupid, man. It's like you guys are all fucking brainwashed. You're being told what to like and not having your own opinions, to form your own opinions, to actually think for yourself and to see that you're getting fucked both ways. So,
right, and then
whatever,
and then seeing people freaking out on Twitter. Twitter's probably the worst, and then of course on Facebook. I mean, Facebook's not as bad, but all the tweets of if you voted for Trump, unfriend me now. It's like, I don't know. At the end of the day, vote for whoever you want to vote for. I have friends that are Republican that voted for Trump.
I may not agree with you, but I'm not gonna break up a friendship over it. You know what I mean?
Just being a Republican doesn't make you an evil person. Just like being Democrat doesn't make you a good person. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, your beliefs are your beliefs. I'm not gonna, like you said, I never end a friendship over political beliefs. Because that's stupid. It's stupid as hell.
Well, kind of bring it into wrestling, but I'm gonna ask you, but I didn't expect you to hear this news. But did you hear what Jake Hager said about Tony Khan?
I I love the fact that you brought that up because I actually saved those tweets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring them up right now. Actually, I don't know if I can repeat them on the air. I mean, I don't think they're that bad. So Jake Hager, the former Jack Swagger, who's been gone from AEW for like what, a year?
Well, it hasn't been that long. It's been like maybe half a year, but not a full year, I don't think.
So during election night last night, uh, he was either drunk, high, or both. One of those things. Uh, he since then took down his tweets, but the magic of the internet, nothing has ever gone. So I have him right here. One of the tweets he said, "Yes, I am support Trump. Yes, I'm against killing babies. I guess that makes me a racist." His next tweet: "Wrestling fans die, believe shit they're told is real. LMAOL." Or no, LMAO. I'm sorry.
I don't know what LMAOA, whatever you said. What?
Maybe I'm drunk too. Do you want proof that Tony Khan is a communist and threatened me to be silent or else? And lastly, I love all the pro wrestling fans that think they're educated. There is spelled wrong, but yeah. Jake Hager, again, like I said, he since took down his tweets for obvious reasons. Fun shit.
Yeah, but yeah, he basically said that Tony Khan threatened his job because he liked Donald Trump.
Which is weird. And I say weird because Tony's dad donated to Trump's campaign.
I mean, like, do you have the same beliefs as your parents?
Right. Again, it's just one of those things. Like that's kind of a weird family, the Khans. But yeah, I mean, I don't believe the same things as my dad, and vice versa. But
right.
I don't know. But yeah, Jake is kind of sounds like he was either drunk, high, or both. One of those two, or maybe he's just maybe he's just a nut like Val Venus. Well, Val Venus is a lot worse, but he's kind of crossing over into that Val Venus territory. But what else can we say, people? We gotta deal with Trump for another 4 years. Buckle up, unfortunately. But yeah, again, I feel for the LGBTQ community. I feel for women. So sucks. Anywho, let's dive into wrestling, shall we? Yeah, I mean, not other than NXT tonight, not a lot of big wrestling. I mean, over the weekend you had Crown Jewel, which might be my least favorite pay-per-view of the year, or as far as like WWE goes. Very much a house show with a budget. That's kind of been the gist of a lot of these Crown Jewel shows, is they're just glorified house shows. And yeah, WWE makes money. I think they probably make more money with the Saudis. If anyone can still check that, and Triple H said that the Saudi shows are here to stay, which again sucks. But again, they're making money from them, so who are we to say boo at a goose for? But these shows, to me, lately they don't really add to anything. As a matter of fact, I think they just kind of complicate things. A lot of this show was about furthering storylines, but it just seemed like they were rushing everything. Like the Bloodline storyline, they were really just rushing that storyline. And yeah, we're getting to November, but I think you could have taken your time with it heading into November to Survivor Series. But overall, what were your quick thoughts on Crown Jewel?
It was an okay show, but nothing great. 7 out of 10. Maybe 6.5. I'm probably being a little bit too generous with it. It's 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I thought the women's tag match was actually very good. Now that was very entertaining. I mean, you got to see Metaphor, showcase their talents on a big stage, and I thought they rose to the occasion. I thought KO and Randy's non-match, I thought that was fun because there was like 6 matches on the card, and I just remember thinking like, this is kind of unheard of in the Triple H era of things, of having more than just 5 matches unless it's a Mania. But I'm I think all in all that could have maybe just easily been like a thing you could have put on SmackDown, if anything, if you weren't really gonna have a match. But that's just my opinion. But we got RJ on. What are you up? What's up, RJ? Oh, and he muted his mic. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, I was still chewing, so
No, what you chewing?
chewing on some of these Doritos.
Oh, nice. What flavor?
They brought back the cheddar joint, the
Nice.
ultimate cheddar.
Oh,
Good, man. I think they brought them back for a month, but I hope it's permanent. To be honest with you, because that was one of my favorite flavors, man.
shit. I love cheddar. I love cheddar potato chips. But we were just talking about Crown Jewel. What were your quick thoughts on Crown Jewel?
I'm not gonna linger on or hold on too long, but I thought this is the most boring crown jewel we had in a long time, man.
Yeah.
I was bored by it, and you were just putting over the women's match, and I thought that was the best match of the show. To be honest with you, I had a lot of fun with that. Cody and Gunther, I really didn't care about it. They tried their hardest to make that mean something, in my opinion, but it's just I was just out of it.
Right. It's 250-50 that match. Like
Yeah.
that could easily be a main event of WrestleMania, but it's just like 250-50. Gunther, love Gunther to death. I think he needs to be more of a heel. And, instead of doing the whole, this ring is sacred and I show respect. Like, I thought he could have maybe.
Oh, that's Luther's character.
I
That's
just
Gunther's
kind of,
character.
Yeah, that's the
right,
origin of his character.
right, but I
That
just,
sets him apart. That sets him apart from a lot of heels, though.
But-
a lot of heels.
Exactly.
Just
I
personal
have a
opinion.
PhD, a hating degree,
right, just personal, and also
you
where
can have them like really switch it up, because I think that would kind of like, I think it would kind of like not necessarily push people away from Gunther, but like I think people would be like, he just ain't like any other heel.
well, I mean, like do
Yeah.
do little things like rake the eyes when the ref's not looking. Where was Ludwig? Where was Kaiser? Like, where was Kaiser there to fuck with the match? But I mean, again, the match was like RJ said, good, but it's just like, you kind of had a feeling what was going to happen, and
There's no real drama, no real urgency to it,
there's no stakes
There was none.
other than an oversized belt that you can't bring back to America apparently. But
That nobody gave a shit about. Nobody. So, and in the Bloodline match, real quick, I just thought that it was a typical Bloodline match.
Oh, yeah.
Stalling, slow pacing, ref bump, something, a clusterfuck happens, and then 1, 2, 3, the heel wins. So it was just like, oh boy. And then the beatdown was sloppy too. Can Tonga Loa do anything right, by the way?
nope.
He can't even scoop a man up and put him in a. My
That's
brother,
his charm.
my brother was like, he was watching him like a fucking Nighthawk, and he was like, oh my, he couldn't even give Jey Uso the sledge to the back the right way. It was so sloppy. I'm like, oh god, you're not lying. He missed him by a mile, but he can't even do a beatdown right. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, it was just a big old schmoz. It was like, the Randy and KO stuff was fun, but they lied to us. They didn't give us a match. Now, granted, that's cool. You giving us an angle to hype up Survivor Series of the future whenever they're gonna have the match. So, okay, I can't hate on that too much. But yeah, I just thought Crown Jewel was a bore fest, man. And Nia and Liv, don't get me started, because I will lose my goddamn mind. Don't get me started.
Right. It's just like no Tiffy. I mean, yeah, Tiffy came out, but she didn't, cash in.
Why did they think this is a good idea to have two heels who need heat right now fighting each other in a heatless match that's already heatless to begin with?
Yep.
Like, it made no sense.
I really don't know.
No fucking sense, Triple H. What the fuck are you doing here, son? Did you? You know what? I came to a conclusion that Triple H does not give a fuck about Saudi Arabia.
He so wants to get away from that. Like, he just does not want anything to do.
God.
And like, on Saturday he was like, we're here to stay, and you can tell he's just like even when I forget which pay-per-view it was, like the previous one where he presented the Crown Jewel belt, he looked like he did not want to be there. He was even just like, yeah, here's the new belt.
Because he knew it was bullshit. He knew it was bullshit. Nobody gives a fuck about it.
I don't know.
He knows. He's got to know.
Well, I will say this: I do like the rings.
Right.
I really I like the rings.
The rings are
belts I
fun.
couldn't go out with, but the rings are. I like those.
Right.
Yeah, can Liv Morgan use that as a weapon for heel heat? Like,
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, now you're gonna start comparing, WWE to AEW. Oh my God, they're doing the MJF gimmick.
Well, I mean, they're friends. Liv and MJF can like play it off and like, in the other company, my friend, Gianna is copying my gimmick. Like she can say something like that. That'd be kind of funny. But this Crown Jewel is probably my least favorite WWE pay-per-view of the year overall, or just maybe pay-per-views in general. But Monday Night Raw was taped in Saudi on Sunday and then obviously shown on Monday. The show began pretty hot. You had the women come out. You had Bianca Belair and Jade come out. Jade dressing like Deadpool, and Bianca kind of matching her, and Liv kind of planting the seeds of eventually.
I didn't even notice that.
Notice which part?
The Deadpool.
Oh yeah, Jade likes to cosplay a lot. But
I know that, but I didn't know she was dressed as Deadpool.
Liv planting the seeds, telling Jade that Bianca is going to stab you right in the back. So, and then I believe next week we're getting a women's tag team title match with them too. But the show began with a we're not going to go match by match on Raw because Raw was kind of bleh. But the show opened with a battle royal to determine the number one contender for the women's championship, which ended up being Io Sky. So good for Io. Glad they haven't forgot about Lyra, because Lyra was the one of the final two. And then the main event was the Fatal 4-Way to determine the number one contender for the world title, which was Damian. So Damian's going to get his title rematch back.
He had an update to his entrance theme too.
Oh, cool. The rest of the show was
Drew. Can I just say this real quick?
Go.
Damian Priest got fucked over at SummerSlam, right, by Finn Balor, and we all saw it, right?
Right.
Why did Damian Priest need to A, lose to Dominic Mysterio, and then B, turn around and win a Fatal 4-Way match to earn a match that he should have got to begin with?
Because logic.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was telling you about earlier. Like, I'm getting certain things off my chest. Like, I can't ignore this shit anymore. Like, no. Like, what the fuck is that? Damian Priest should have got a rematch for the title a long time ago. Why did he need to jump through a hurdle and eat a loss to Dirty Dom, which I liked. I liked that he did that, but then it all meant nothing for Dom in the end anyways. And Damian Priest turn around and wins the 4-Way anyways to get a shot that he should have got to begin with. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Also, if anything, like, Dom should come back next so he can be like, hey, I beat you, so I should be considered for a number one contender title match too. Like, Dom should do that.
But Gunther's a heel, but I mean, Gunther would, I think people would love to see Gunther just eat up Dom because Dom is that much hated. But it's just like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, to me, that's boring, bro. That's boring. Just give Priest his fucking rematch. Quit jerking us along and just give him his fucking rematch. If that was the route he was gonna go down anyways. You know, Sheamus and Gunther, we've been there, we've done that. Rollins, do we really need Rollins fighting for the title right now? I don't think so.
Don't get me started on Rollins. I'm starting to
feel the Joey Numbers vibes.
I'm getting there. Like, going back to Crown Jewel, I'm sorry to jump back to Crown Jewel, but it's like Roman took the pin to Solo, which I didn't see that coming. Like, that was I was thinking it was going to be Jimmy taking the pin, but no, Roman took the pin. I'm like, okay, cool.
All right.
You know, Gunther took a pin. Cody's taken pins this year as champion. Why the fuck can't Seth take a pin?
Yeah, who the
fuck
is
it's the first match.
Why can't Seth take a pin? What's it going to do to Seth?
Yeah, and
Okay, so let me ask you this.
he's the
Well, hold on. Let me ask this. Who's gonna win the feud?
Seth.
He will.
Who? Seth?
Yes. He's
So
not
you think-
Bronson Reed's not winning this feud. That's why Bronson Reed should have won on Saturday, in my opinion. You have
So
to,
so you don't think that there's a chance that they will put Bronson over?
They should have fucking done it already.
In any fashion, you don't think that it could have been by like some? It could be like a hardcore match or a stipulation match, and like the third match, you don't think there's a chance that they could put Bronson Reed over?
No.
No, Rollins is feuding with Punk next year. We all know that, and they're gonna try to keep him high.
Like,
That's why it would have been smart to give Bronson Reed this win in Saudi Arabia, which is canon, but we know it's not.
Do you think that Bronson Reed's gonna win a match against Seth?
I mean, if they want to make this like a
If they
trilogy,
agree.
yeah. But like,
Yeah, he'll win the second one, but he should have won the first one.
look,
So
because
that
like,
way, Seth Rollins, the
So if Seth is gonna win the feuding, this is what you're saying. Seth's gonna win the feud, right?
Mhm.
So what does it matter if what match order he's gonna win? Seth is gonna win the feud regardless, and we'll still be having this conversation.
because last week, remember what I said last week is that the story going into Saturday should have been Seth wasn't 100%, and Bronson won.
But when has that ever became something to where that the baby face is going to lose? Not all the time. Not for a top guy.
But also,
And also as well, if you look at it, Bronson Reed did the tsunamis on him, took Seth out for a couple months. Seth, I won't say Seth needed the win. I think obviously he didn't need the win. I agree. I think Bronson should have won. I totally agree, 100%. I'm not arguing that. But what I'm saying is that there's still a chance for Bronson to come out of this feud winning the feud overall. There's still a chance. But if y'all think that Seth's winning the feud, hey, great. But I'm just saying, if you think Seth's winning the feud, I don't think it matters what order of matches that Bronson will win. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Seth is still a babyface, so you still gotta make him look good in some aspects. I don't care who it is.
To me, you should have given Bronson Reed the first match. That way, Seth Rollins has something to fight from underneath. He's Super Cena at this point.
Was he not already fighting for underneath already?
From
with the build up to the match, was he not already fighting underneath to begin with?
From a physical standpoint, yes, but from a morality and a victory standpoint, no, because he just won the fucking match anyways. He slayed the monster already. There's no need to do this. As far as I'm concerned, they might as well just move on. They might as well just move on at this point because Seth has nothing to overcome now. Bronson Reed is he's like a puppy with a tail between his legs chasing another dog with another dog's tail. Like, it doesn't make any sense now. So It's just like, I just think that Seth should have dropped one to Bronson so that way he can fight from underneath from a victory standpoint and eventually slay this monster. Because if they're trying to portray Bronson Reed as a monster, but yet no, he's not winning big matches. He lost to Braun Strowman because Seth cost him. All right, but he lost that. That was a big loss. And then he turns around and loses here in Saudi Arabia. Like I said, canon, but not canon really at the same time.
right.
But it's like, what does it do? What does it do? Like, is this guy a winner? Is he just wrecking guy? Like, what is he gonna do? Like, is this guy gonna be a player or not?
Right.
Sometimes people need to have that big win in order to show your audience that this guy is a player and that we're taking him seriously. And I think him just shocking everybody and beating Rollins the first match, that would have been a way to do it. But I guess they're gonna do what they want to do.
Right. And it's just like, if eventually, if like the big blow off match, like the second or third match, is a hardcore match, that's the match that Rollins should win, because I guess that makes the win look more believable. Whereas, because like Bronson's supposed to do this big killer, it's more believable for him to win just a straight up wrestling match. So again, it's just my opinion. I think Bronson really should have just won the first match, because it's like, how's it gonna hurt how's it going to hurt Seth to just lose a straight up wrestling match? It's not. And Seth, did an interview recently. I forgot which podcast or show he was on, where he pretty much alluded to that his in ring future is probably going to be over sooner rather than later. It's like if that's the case, it's like fucking put dudes over. Like why do you need to be the last girl at the dance? That's the best way to put it. But I digress.
Let it play out.
Yeah, we'll see. But that was Raw for the most part, unless I'm forgetting anything.
I don't know.
Am I forgetting anything important? Yeah. And then the Wyatt Six kidnap Miz and
Dragon Lee and Chad Gable had a great match.
Oh yeah, that one spot, the back body drop. I thought Dragon Lee was about to kill himself.
He does that a lot in New Japan.
Yeah, he did. But man, that was close.
Yeah, that was nasty as hell. It was gnarly as fuck. But yeah, now that they went out there and they had them a really nice match there.
And I guess we can kind of cover a news topic. It won't take too long, but releases happened over the weekend, or not so much releases, but one of them was released. I guess either all of them were released or all of them just had their contracts, or they're not going to get their contracts renewed. But either way, there's some people that are going to be gone pretty soon or already gone. Indy Hartwell, Tegan Knox, and Baron Corbin. Baron kind of, I wouldn't say shocking, but I figured he'd be someone who would be in the company for a while. But, new regime, they want to focus on more talent. So, and, he hasn't really been used lately ever since he came back from NXT. But Baron Corbin...
He's been around for 12 years, too. 12 years.
No, back when he had hair in NXT or FCW.
He was a little bit fatter, too.
Yep.
Man, it's crazy, but yeah, he had a run.
He's coming off that offensive lineman weight.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I just saw Corbin a couple weeks ago too. He was over. He got a nice reaction. Him and Vinci had a match, which I'm surprised Vinci wasn't on that list. By the way, not trying to speak it out in the ether, but I'm just saying. But him and Vinci had a dark match, and it was really, really fun match. And Corbin was over, and he was hitting his moves. He looked good. And I'm like, all right, hopefully somebody back there was listening to this, because the crowd was hot for Corbin, which shocked the shit out of me. But I think he was earning some goodwill as a babyface, and I think that's one of the things that was missing from his career was a big babyface run, and I thought they almost had it with the bum Corbin stuff.
Right.
Had they would have chose to go and dig into that a little bit more deep, I think Baron Corbin could have been a nice babyface for them.
Right.
So. But they never, he just the wrap up of that whole bum ass Corbin storyline happened way too quickly and out of nowhere.
I think they really could have made that last for at least a year if they really tried, because that was the most interesting he's ever been. Because now this guy who's always been a dick, now he's down on his luck, and he's coming to the arena wearing the same shirt. Talking about how his daughter had to eat was it SpaghettiOs out of a can or whatever the fuck. Yeah. But it got
a can opener, so he had to bang it on the side of the street or something like that.
It got over.
Sauce on his shirt.
I don't know. It got over because it was just so preposterous. But it was great. It was funny. And then he became King Corbin, which is meh. What was that before? Or no, that was before. I'm sorry.
That was before, yeah.
He lost all. That's how he became a bum,
right?
The crown and everything.
Then he went back to NXT, which kind of revitalized his career a little bit. Showing that he could still work. Given the right opponent. I remember he had a really good match against Mello.
That was really good.
But yeah, then he got brought back to the main roster, and they made him a face. They put him with Apollo, but like you said, nothing. And I don't know, does he continue wrestling? Does he kind of do other things outside of wrestling? Where do you...
I know this goes against my criticism of TNA right now, but I think TNA could use him right now.
Interesting.
He's apparently a damn good steak chef too. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe he'll go down that route or something like that.
Oh yeah, the possibilities are limitless when you have other things, other talents in your back pocket.
He loves like bourbon and whiskey and all that shit too. So
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
I wish him all the best though. Like
Yeah.
Corbin, he was a guy that showed that he could do what's necessary. He was a company guy, team player, never bitched about anything publicly. So he's no, he's earned my respect and everything like that. And I just hope that he has great post WWE career. Whatever he decides to do. So I kind of hope he goes to TNA though, like because I think
Yeah.
they could use him in that main event. That main event scene is so scarce. Ugh. Nothing's more scarce than the NXT men's main event, but I think TNA could definitely use a Baron Corbin right now.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, because pretty soon Joe Hendry's contract is running up, and he's more likely coming to WWE. And then again, love Nick Nemeth. But it's just like, are you really just gonna do Nick Nemeth and Moose again?
Dolph Ziggler in the main event of TNA in 2024. Yeah, no,
Right.
thank you.
Right. Love him, but it's just like, come on, we need more. We need more.
Yeah, like they need to start pushing some of the young guys they have over. That's my problem with TNA. You got Hammerstone and Jake something in a tag team. Like, come on, bro.
so not the best utilization of those two guys.
Hell no. Especially when you see them killing it outside of TNA, and it's like Jake something. I watched him just beast it out in DPW. You mean you tell me CM fucking Pulse knows what to do
Right.
with this guy more than people in TNA who've been doing this shit for years? A guy that I used to watch on YouTube when I was in high school and in my early 20s knows how to book a monster a main event, and you that been running this organization for 20 fucking years or whatever can't do it? Come on, man. That's ridiculous to me.
Why is Kazarian still in the main event picture in 2024?
I have
Exactly.
no idea why.
He's beating the young guys, bro. He's beating. Kazarian's almost beat fucking Chris Bay and Ace Austin. And
The same fucking Kurt Angle here, like
oh my god, bro.
Like,
It's
are they still sending NXT people to TNA?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy Chu was on Bound for Glory.
Okay.
They sent some of the low key ones like Brenly Reed, like
Yeah.
they're sending a lot of the greener girls over there. I noticed.
Yeah. Not a lot of the men talent as of late, though, from what I've been seeing.
So he ain't got none.
Which is,
I mean, shit. Send Eddie Thorpe over there. Send.
Well, I
Exactly.
mean, he's being utilized on. I mean, something's about to happen with him on NXT. I mean,
He's
he's
about to explode.
I mean, here's what you can do. Eddie Thorpe can be like, I'm not getting any opportunities in NXT, and Ava keeps blowing me off, so I'm going to go elsewhere.
oh, that's
Go to
stupid.
TNA?
I wouldn't do that.
Why?
Because they're actually doing something with him on NXT.
But the
Why
story,
would anyone care for him to go to TNA?
but the storyline is that Ava keeps like blowing him off,
Blowing him off. Yeah.
and he's like, maybe I should cross the line or whatever the fuck.
Cross
But
the
Oh, no one's gonna care about. If it was Obafemi and she gets blown off Obafemi, can you imagine Obafemi going over there? People would care about that. No one's gonna care about Eddie Thorpe.
He's got to beat fucking Nick Nemeth on the spot.
You know?
He's gotta beat him.
right.
He's got to beat him on the spot. There's no way in the world that
Yeah,
Obafemi is losing to Nick Nemeth in 2020.
Eddie Thorpe's fine in his current position. I want to see what the hell happens.
Or what about Lexus King?
I'll be cool with that. I'll be cool with Lexus King. I mean, there'll have to be a reason for him to go over there, but I'll be fine with it. Yeah.
All right. All right.
Regal's like, oh, sunshine, you can cross the line and win gold on your own over there, and this, that, and the other. I don't know, something stupid like that.
Go
Next, Shawn Michaels will find a way to dress it up. I'll give Shawn Michaels that. I'll give Commissioner Googly Eye that. He'll find some way to dress it up, whether we have to think hard about it or not.
Other releases, you had Indy Hartwell.
Loyal.
Indy, again, she seems like a sweetheart of a girl, but
She does.
she was, I mean, Kev Castle, I hate to give him credit for anything, brought up a good point. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I love Kev. And Kev, that's our thing. Me and Kev shit talk each other. But like he brought up an interesting point about Indy Hartwell when she was in the way. Do y'all think the way? Who was who? I guess not really a big star, but like, who do you think is what really made that faction work? Out of everybody in that group,
Her and Gargano.
Oh, well, I'll say Gargano and Austin Theory.
well, I was gonna say Dexter is what really made it work, just by a guy who doesn't say anything. I thought he really added something to the group. Indy, she worked. I thought her and Dexter were cute together. Especially that wedding. That wedding was funnier than it was so much. It was so much entertaining. It was so entertaining than what it had a right to me. But she gets to the main roster and nothing for her. Doesn't get over. In fact, Candice.
Did she not get the same chances as she did in NXT? Same thing for
Yes.
Tegan Knox.
We'll get to Tegan Knox in a bit, but like Indy.
So you think that she got the same exact chances that she did in NXT that she did on the main roster?
I mean, she probably got more TV time than Tegan.
No, I'm not talking about Tegan. I'm talking about Indy. So compare TV time to NXT. Did she get the same TV time on the main roster?
Hell no, not by a long shot.
Right. So that means she had less of a chance to get over. Now I'm not saying that she's built, has spout charisma and that she's a great in-ring worker, because she's not. But what I'm saying is she did not they didn't really try to like find something for her as far as a character or a repackage or anything.
Right.
You're just Indy Hartwell going out there. I don't think they really gave her that chance and opportunity. Same thing for Tegan Knox. I don't think they really gave those women the chance and the real opportunity to actually create something for themselves or to create something for them. But whatever.
I think the thing too is that the lack of connection too.
Yeah.
Nothing. You come out, crickets.
Right.
Mommy, who's that? Like, it's even when we was in South Carolina. I think one of the girls that I met at the show, even she tweeted out like, "Oh, no love for Indy and Candice." And I told her, I was like, "Look, it's been that way for a while."
Yeah,
I think people forget this ain't NXT, man. This is not NXT. And I'm just kind of noticing something here. Just feel like if you look at the women that's over in WWE right now,
Right.
they either have size, some type of unbelievable aura about them, or they're really just that damn good that you can't ignore. It's either one of those three things. Look at Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton has aura to
Right.
her. Rhea Ripley has aura to her.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few others. You can just go down. It's a short list, but you can go down a list, and you can just pick out something that just stands out to them. If you showed a casual something, they'd be like, "Oh yeah," especially Rhea Ripley. My God, like
Right.
Rhea Ripley is super over with casual people. You have your guys that love muscle mommies that love that, and then you have girls, especially all girls, who look at Rhea Ripley as the poster child of who they want to be. So,
Yeah, very
like,
true.
it's just there. Indy and Candice, now we're not talking about Candice, but I'm just throwing them in there. They really don't have that going on for themselves.
Mm-mm.
No type of aura, nothing that makes them really stand out. Whether they were given the opportunity to have that chance or not, it's just no aura, no connection, no grasp at nothing, and it's sad because you want to root for talented people, but I just think the lack of connection wasn't there either, and that didn't help their causes either. Well, Indy's cause.
Right. With Tegan, I hate to.
And Tegan too.
I mean, it also
What's the gimmick?
It also didn't help that she was always hurt. And
I'm the girl with the shiniest wizard. Oh, okay.
so I mean, it also didn't help her case that she was going online and saying, I'm not giving opportunities. It's like, I don't know, but like, yeah, just
Yeah.
again, I guess to kind of end this.
Same thing about Dakota Kai too. Like Dakota Kai was like, I would love to be featured more and this, that, and the other. I can be a great player, and it's like, how can you be a player when you're out the game half of the time, bruh? Like it doesn't make any sense. How can you be a player when you're always on the shelf? Like, come on, man.
Mhm.
That's like me saying, hey, Jules Jordan, I can be a great porn star for you, man, but my
God.
dick is broke. Like, how in the world can I be an asset to you when my dick is broke? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, I'm just using that as an example. Trust me, I'm fine. I'm fine. But I'm just saying, man, like you can't be bitching when you can't deliver the goods, man.
Right. But I mean, I can see them getting.
I did feel sorry about Tegan. Feel sorry for Tegan when she was like, "Oh, I can't even get booked on a tattoo show," when she's got a lot of tattoos and shit.
Right.
I kind of felt bad for her there.
I mean, I can see them getting work. I can see Tegan maybe going to Impact, because I know Impact needs more help with their women's division.
Oh yes, they do. People talk about how great it is, and I'm like, is it really?
Oh, no.
Alicia
Well,
Edwards,
not now. Maybe a year ago.
when I see Alicia Edwards is the top heel, like, yeah, okay. Alicia Edwards and Ash by Elegance are your top heels.
I know
Yeah,
Stephanie DeLander was kind of campaigning for Indy to come back or come to Impact. Because they were a tag team in NXT before they got broken up. So, but much luck to all three of them. Hate to see anyone lose a job. Unfortunately, that it's business.
Yep.
It might be a cliche thing to say, but it's true. Sucks.
Yeah, but you know what though? That's why it's a good thing that despite people might hating it or whatever, that's a good thing why AEW's around, TNA's around, some of these other companies, so that these people can find work. Years ago when people got released, that was pretty much it. There was nowhere else to go to, unless you was willing to take a dramatic pay cut over at TNA. There was no really other options for a lot of these people. So now in 2024, it's a great thing because you can go here, you can go there. You can make your money in bunches, or you can make your money off one contract alone. So there's other options now. So when people get highly upset about stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, it sucks that somebody lost a job, this, that, and the other. But there's always a light, on the other side of the tunnel. You just gotta get there.
Right.
And I think these three, somehow, some way, because all three of them are talented. Make no mistake about it. Tegan Knox is a great wrestler. Watched her as Nixon Newell and a bunch of other different, UK promotions and stuff like that before she even got to the WWE. So she's really good. And it's just the knees just bothers her. And I think she needs a gimmick too. She needs a gimmick. She doesn't really have one. Like, Toni Storm, Rhea Ripley, they all have looks and aura to her. Even some of the other girls that's over there, like Nina Samuels and fucking Lana Austin, like they all have gimmicks. The girls.
Lana Austin. Oh yeah.
Kiara and like they all have gimmicks. They all have gimmicks and acts that help them get over. Even Toni Storm had to go through that too.
Yeah.
So I just think Tegan Knox, Nixon Newell, she has to find a gimmick of some sorts, because just coming out and being, I'm the girl with the shiniest wizard, that's nice for a niche audience, but I don't think, especially if she has aspirations to go to AEW, she's got to stand aside from the pack, so to speak.
Right. I mean, because
if she does go to AEW, does it fucking matter?
No,
it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. She's gonna need to really find a way to separate herself from the pack.
Well, not even just that. Like you got Toni Storm, who has like one of the best wrestling gimmicks of man or woman in the last like 10 years. If you're not doing anything with Mercedes, like you're not gonna do anything with fucking Tegan Knox.
Right, and like there's very few people who are the exception, not the rule, of like they got over by being a really good wrestler. Not everybody. I mean, if we're talking about women, Bailey had the hugger gimmick, and then she did the not hugger gimmick. And Becky. I mean, Becky was kind of already over before she became the man, but when she became the man, she got over.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, just those are a few things. But much luck, much love, or much luck, or much love to all three of those individuals, and allegedly we're getting more releases. That's kind of what I heard. So
Good, good. You can't keep everybody on a ship. I'm sorry. Like, and if certain people aren't shaking out, aren't connecting, are always hurt, and you can't use them, then you gotta save yourself. You gotta save yourself, especially when you got all these talent. Got a lot of talent in NXT waiting, just waiting to get called up, and this, that, and the other. And you got guys, you got the WWE ID program now that's signing indie guys and this, that, and the other. They're gonna have a lot of those guys waiting in the line too. So like, you gotta cycle some of these people that ain't shaking out on the main roster. You got to do it. I'm sorry, it's terrible, but this is a business once again, and I wish that people would get that through their thick skulls. This is not playtime. This is a business, and you have to look at things with a business mind. And if you're not cutting out, you're not an asset in any way. You gotta go. You gotta go. Sucks to say, but it's the truth.
it's a
It's
business.
no different than any other job. Hey, Drew, if you're not doing your job, you're getting fired, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not doing my job, I'm getting fired. Justin, you run your own establishments, but hell, if your establishment is not drawing, they're gonna be like, hey, Justin, got to get this space to somebody else. So like, this is a business, so they got to do what they got to do. If I'm Giovanni Vinci, Apollo Cruz, I might be concerned because those are. I'm surprised we didn't hear nothing about those two Friday.
Nakamura.
Nakamura. Yeah, I think
No, he just
Giovanni might as
resigned.
well.
No, that's different. Nakamura's different. You can't compare Nakamura.
Yeah, you can put Nakamura on TV next week, and I think he'll be all right. But
Yeah, no, like Nakamura's different.
Right.
Cruz and Vinci, yeah, neither one of them are over. Neither one of them, they're not doing nothing with neither one of them. So those are two I could definitely see out the door soon.
Yeah, Cruz has been here for like 9 years?
10 years.
10.
It should be 10.
Jesus
That
Christ.
should be 10. Yeah, and nothing. Pretty sad when you think about it, because Joey Numbers always called him the Black Rob Van Dam, and I kind of I was like, what? But I got it. Apollo Cruz is an amazing athlete with lack of mic skills and connection. Like, at least RVD had the RVD. He had that kind of connection with the ECW and WWE fans, but Apollo Cruz didn't have that at all. And I always thought that Apollo Cruz could have benefited from maybe having a manager with him, but
I mean, he
never happened to him.
he had Commander Aziz.
He wasn't a manager; he was a bodyguard. But ironically, though, you bring that up, as racist as quote unquote racist as people thought that gimmick was. Not that was the best Apollo Cruz was.
What his Black Panther T'Challa gimmick?
His Black Panther gimmick. I thought that was great. Then the build up leading up to that. For a lot of people to say that Vince McMahon didn't do a lot of great shit, like, I thought that was good.
I mean, it gave him a character. I mean, I'll give it that.
It gave him a character, yeah.
He had
he had aggression.
He had a WrestleMania moment,
Yeah.
against Big E. Granted, the match was not great at all, but
Nah, it had no business beat. It should have been a straight up match. I think it would have been a whole lot more better. Like, it was a big giant clusterfuck. I'm about to show you the steel. Boom.
Apollo. But anywho, let's get to the meat and potatoes. So tonight was NXT. NXT was not on Tuesdays because yesterday was the election, which we covered a little bit before you came in, RJ. So tonight was NXT. They went head to head with AEW, like old times. I guess my question to you, RJ, is did you watch AEW?
Did I watch AEW? No.
Okay. Then we can just talk about NXT then, because I didn't watch AEW.
So I saw that they brought back Powerhouse Hobbs, which I'm excited about. And the explanation that they gave for made sense as well.
Right.
I think a lot of us was predicting that Powerhouse Hobbs was going to be out of Don Callis' family, but when he came back, So I saw that. I thought that was interesting. But yeah, not much in AEW really interests me like that enough to want to watch it over
Well,
NXT.
yeah, and I just mentioned the Malachi Black thing. It kind of looks like he could be it could be his last match. Don't know for sure, but that's kind of the feeling lean. But yeah, but I actually got news on that here.
Ooh.
Yeah, Adam Cole kicked out of his finish.
And of course he did.
Yeah. He kicked out of
Nobody kicks out of that fucking finish.
out of Black Mass. Yeah. This is coming from Fightful Select, but it says the word backstage in AEW in recent months that they believe Malachi Black would be done with AEW towards the end of 2024 or early 2025. However, putting my finger up here, that hasn't been confirmed. It's just the feeling, the belief. Is not saying that for sure that's going to happen. So
Well, I'll tell you what, the booking definitely reflects it. So
yeah, I will say that. Yes.
I
Right.
mean,
And how many sales matches has he had? Yeah, actually, let's look this up.
yeah, look that up. real quick.
Let's look up the AEW roster real quick, and I'm on the page here, and I'm gonna scroll down to Malachi Black, and why is it not coming up? Hold on. Oh, it's just his pick. Did they get rid of the records? Of like all the I think they got rid of like the records on the website. Because you remember on the website you could look at the records and stuff. Yeah, they got rid of it. Okay. We'll circle back on that later. I'm gonna go to cage match.
Remember the last I heard? Didn't he only have like one match this whole year, or like two matches?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. So give me one moment.
But I saw something kind of similar to that once his contract runs up, he's going back to WWE. Which I think the mid-card division really could use him, specifically on SmackDown.
Yes. I was just going to say that. Him mixing it up with Andrade and fucking Mello and
Knight.
Yeah, that's great. That's good. Like that is a perfect way to bring him back.
Right, like SmackDown needs all the help it can get talent-wise, especially since allegedly they're going to be 3 hours next year.
Yeah, and I would have him squash LA Knight. Honestly,
that'd be interesting. I mean,
I would have him. You know what I would do, Drew? I would have him squash LA Knight with like kind of like they did with Malachi and Cody, right?
I was gonna say that, yeah.
And have him win the U.S. belt, and I would have him spit that black mist on the belt, and start having like a stain on the U.S. belt, and carry it out. I think that can get him some. That could get him some heat, or that can make things. That can spice it up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If not heat, just to spice it up a little bit.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. This U.S. belt is in my mark now. I mark the belt. It represents me and how I feel about this world. So I think that could be something.
And this country and their false leaders. Like he can do something like that.
And he talks in so many riddles that it's hard to kind of pinpoint what he talks about. So
shit, put Selena with him. Like fuck it, have Selena come out in goth. That'd be awesome.
Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be dope. I would actually like that a lot.
Shit. Yeah. And hopefully,
because I think he plays better off. I think him solo dolo might not be that interesting as a personality, but if he had the person to play off of, which in this case would be his wife, that could work a lot for him. I think
because he can talk. He's not a bad talker, but it's like you said. He works like most people, kind of like the Miz. The Miz works better when he has somebody to play off of.
Yeah.
When he's just by himself, it's like he can talk, but it's like like I don't care. But like with
you can only take that in certain dosages.
Right. It's like with Cross and Scarlett. Like Cross can talk, but Scarlett is like, they're the whole package.
Yeah, I just wish they would let her do more on TV instead of these digital exclusives. It's just like, You're wasting this woman's beauty and her youth.
Yeah, exactly. Like she
She
can,
would be
and she can work. She can work and she can talk.
She can. I've seen her. I've seen Scarlett have plenty of matches.
Right. It's just like Triple H. That's supposed to be your boy. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah, what the fuck?
like give. I mean, lately with Cross, he's been showing more personality. You know, and it kind of looks like maybe he might be a face. I don't know. But Justin, did you find anything out?
Yeah, hold on. I'm almost done here. Okay. So, Malachi Black debuted in AEW. His first match, I should say, was on April 8th, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that was against Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's his first singles match. Guess how many total singles matches that he's had since of April 2021? Drew, go first.
Is it less than 40?
Just guess a number.
32.
Alright, 32 singles matches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. RJ. We're looking at over 3 years here, mind you.
3 years. Okay, I'm trying to piece this shit together in my head. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Malachi Black has had 12 singles matches throughout 3 years, because he had the feud with Cody, right? And then
Right.
almost immediately Brody King came in, not too long after that, and then that's when they became the Kings of the Black Throne, and then Buddy joined not too long after that.
Right.
So for the most part, he's been in this trio, the House of Black. He's been doing this pretty much ever since after that Cody feud. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say 12 matches sprinkled in there.
So you're pretty much spot on, RJ. Since April 2021, he's had 11 singles matches.
Jesus.
Only 11 singles matches in AEW. Mind you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 happened in 2021. So since October of 2021,
Right.
Malachi Black has had 5 singles matches in AEW.
Yeah, because he was in wasn't he in the Continental Classic last year? Or was
No.
he not?
He was not.
He was not. I feel like he had a couple.
Now, he's had other singles matches other places like House of Glory, WrestleCade, PWG. So he's had singles matches other places, but within AEW, he's had 11. 6 of those was in 2021.
Wow. Oh man, that's fucking crazy. And I guess tonight was the first one since then.
No. So he had the singles match tonight with Adam Cole. His last singles match was on, I think was it Edge? Yeah. It was him versus Adam Copeland, the Barbed Wire Steel Cage match.
Yeah. Wow.
That was on June. I'm sorry, no, not June. That was on May 26th. Then before that, the week before, I believe, or a few days before. No, that was at. Oh no, that was at Double or Nothing. That Barbed Wire Steel Cage match. The Dynamite before, he went up against Kyle O'Reilly. So that's 3 matches there, right? Mm-hmm. Match number 4, a random Rampage match against Christopher Daniels. Number 5, we got him versus Brian Keith on February the 24th. Then pretty much from there, he had nothing but tag team matches. So that was number 5. Then the other 6 matches were from 2021, which was him versus Cody, him versus Brock Anderson, him versus Lee Johnson, him versus Dustin Rhodes, him versus Cody Rhodes again, him versus Dante Martin. Oh no, so no, he had 7 matches, so he had total 12. So you're 100% correct. And him versus Cody when Cody beat him back. So he had 12 matches. I'm sorry, which is even more sad because he had 7 of his 12 matches, singles matches in 2021.
Goddamn.
That just seemed so right to me though, because they House of Black. I like the group. I like Buddy. I
I
think
love it. They're fantastic.
Buddy is a fucking unit. He's a
Mhm.
juggernaut. Brody King is he's a good big man. And Malachi is great too. And even Julia Hart, I even like her inclusion into things because she just, I don't know, she fits really well for somebody that's like a cutesy blonde girl for
Right.
her transformation into what she became with them. It's been really nice to see, but it's just like
On
it
paper,
feels like
on paper, they should have been a much bigger thing.
yes, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, Malachi will actually be having people's heads with that black mass. And Buddy Matthews losing to Adam Cole. I love Adam Cole, but come on, stop it.
Well, I mean, they got the storyline with MJF, but
I get it. I definitely.
but you know what's happening next week because I know you didn't watch Dynamite. Guess who Adam Cole has to defeat next in order to get his match with MJF?
Wardlow.
Yeah. Well, no. No, I would you would have heard me bitch about that a long time ago already on this podcast. He is going up against Takeshita.
What? That makes no sense. Why? Why would he be?
Well, they explained it. They explained it. They explained it. MJF gave Don Callis some money and said, "Hey, I want your best guy to go up against." Adam Cole, because I don't think he can, I don't think Adam Cole can defeat Takeshita. They explained it, so MJF brought him up with some money. That's not the issue.
Takeshita better win that fucking match.
And
like, I got no problems with him paying off the Don Cal. Like,
why should Takeshita win that match, RJ? I wonder.
He's the international champion. You got.
Thank you, bingo. You got it. Why would you put your international champion, one of your title holders, to be fed to Adam Cole for?
You know what, Justin, Drew, is asinine as this is
Stupid.
about to come out of my mouth. But sometimes I just say crazy shit sometimes. But in this case, especially for AEW standards, because they have no problems with doing this at all. Why couldn't you just have him go up against the two monsters in a 2-on-1 handicap match and have him beat them? What's wrong? That never stopped you before. Why can't he just beat Cage and Archer in a 2-on-1 handicap match and call it a goddamn good day?
You know what? I'll do you one better. If MJF does not want to go up against Adam Cole, right? So he has him have these series of matches. You want to know how you can just have just MJF just win this and not avoid the match? Have him do a gauntlet match against the whole entire roster. And I'm going to win that shit. Right?
I don't think his body can take it.
Maybe Adam Cole, he'll win the first couple matches, but bomb, I don't know, by match 5, I don't know. My God, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose to fucking Kyle O'Reilly or something. You know what I mean?
I don't know how much I can go for longer, baby.
It's I'm talking about, we're doing Adam Cole's or we're doing Dusty Rhodes?
I don't know what. Yeah, did I really sound like Dusty Rhodes?
Yeah, that sound nothing like it. I don't know how much I can go, baby.
MJF, baby, daddy, get your no good behind here, baby, so I can kick you in the face, baby.
Christ almighty.
And bring some charcuterie, baby. Adam Cole needs his protein, baby.
I listened to this guy on YouTube, and he went on a rant, and then he just stopped in the middle of the rant just to say, "Why won't Adam Cole go on steroids?" I'm like, why won't Adam Cole take steroids?
Oh my God!
Hey, what's some steroids out there that won't kill you? Oh man, I was on steroids for 3 months, so I mean, there are some steroids out there that won't enlarge your heart or anything like that, but so I don't know, Cole. Oh my God, it looks bad when you're out there.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not some size queen or anything like that, but it does look utterly ridiculous. You got Takeshita, who's this big Japanese guy, which is rare because there's not a lot of big Japanese men like that who 6'4" or whatever, and great like physical condition like Takeshita is. Takeshita is a monster, bro. That's why he's one of my favorites, man.
Yep.
He definitely is, and he's a fucking match machine, bro. And him and Callis, they work together beautifully. I love it. I fucking love it. Why would you fucking sacrifice your champion unless MJF is gonna come out or Roderick Strong? Like, I know AEW doesn't do finishes like that or DQ, like, but they might have to do something. They might have to change that up next week or whatever. They're gonna have to pull out a little early there because it's just like you can't beat Takeshita. You cannot sacrifice Takeshita to Adam Cole. I'm sorry. And this is coming, like I said, coming from a huge Adam Cole fan, but you cannot sacrifice Takeshita to Adam Cole.
And RJ, you're the Adam Cole enthusiast. You've seen this dude with muscle. Like,
Yes.
you've
And
seen this dude with like meat on his bones.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And Ring of Honor. Matter of fact,
I mean, I don't know if he has like I don't know if he can't gain weight right now. Yeah, I mean, he could have a. I mean, I don't want to speculate on that. So, could have a condition or something like that to where he can't physically gain weight. So, I know people like that, and it kind of sucks to see him like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I get it. I get it.
without context or any type of explanation, it does look bad.
And this is coming from people who like Adam Cole. And we're just being
exactly.
honest.
Like he does, and I hope he's not sick. I just
How
want.
do you think he feels about that? Like he's being like, oh, you're skinny. You know.
Like he looks sickly. Like
How do you think he feel? How do you think he feels about that?
I mean, I hate to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like I'm pretty sure at this point he just like he has to grow thick skin and just be like, fuck it. Like I don't want to entertain this shit. What was that?
How do you even get to this point with talking about Adam Cole's weight?
I mean, it's Adam Cole. How can you not talk about his weight?
I don't care. Like, as long as he's wrestling well and he's still over with the fans, like I can care about his weight.
I mean, but dude, come on. You put up.
It's absurd. It's absurd when he goes up against guys like Buddy Matthews, who's like this unbelievable athlete, powerhouse wrestler. He does.
Well, I mean, Rey Mysterio versus Big Show. I mean, was that believable then?
No, that was stupid then.
Okay.
You know what? If you chop a man's, if you take a man's,
no one complained back in 2002, 2003.
I did.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I mean, if he.
No one complained. No one complained to the extent that we're talking about now. Back then, like, this is stupid. This is not believable. Or like, people just watched it and enjoyed it.
Justin, I complained. I complained because Big Show's on my TV screen, but that's a different story.
Well, okay. Well, okay. I digress.
I mean, Ray was actually thick back then, but that's. I guess that's here. I guess that's here or there. Go ahead.
Oh man.
I mean, he had thick muscle. That's what I meant. But like Ray straight up beating Big Show.
No, I'm just kidding.
More like a dead meat dad. Hi-ho. I mean, that didn't make any sense. But no, like when Ray or fucking Spike Dudley was like beating guys bigger than him, that was stupid. Like that was stupid then. And again, I hope Adam Cole's okay. That's the best way I'm gonna put it. And
yeah, I just don't. It doesn't make sense to sacrifice your team, one of your champions right now. I know AEW has a lot of belts, and somebody could be expendable in that, right? But this is the AEW International Champion right now, a guy who a lot of people have been waiting to get some type of shine. We waited for 3 years for this fucking guy. Do not sacrifice this guy to Adam Cole. Do not.
So why are we on the top of AEW? And this is still AEW related. Drew, I will doubt that you would know that you've seen this, I should say. Guess what happened over the weekend in New Japan?
I know Kenny Omega came back.
Okay, there you go. Why is Kenny Omega having his first match back in New Japan? Why did he say that the best wrestling is in New Japan? Is it the best? Is it one of the best wrestle AEW? I love Kenny Omega. It's not his fault, but Tony Khan should have gave him things to not say. And also, as well, Tony Khan should have been like, hey, your first match back is going to be, here in AEW. Fucking stupid, man. This company's a fucking joke.
There's a couple of things. I don't know, man. Either New Japan, the Wrestle Kingdom, is not selling out well for that audience, which I mean, I saw that pay per view.
No, I mean, I love Zack Sabre Jr. I think he's great, but like, he's your champion right now, so.
Yeah, and he's boring as shit. By the way,
who's he going up against? Who's he going against? Is it Suji? I don't know. Who's he going up against at Wrestle Kingdom?
He's going up against Shooter. Which, I mean, Shooter...
He's going up against who? Umino?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh my god. You shave Umino's face and he lost his aura. Kind of like with Sonata.
Sonata, yeah. Who joined Bullet Club War Dogs, by the way.
What?
Yeah, he turned on Taichi, he turned on Taichi the other day.
I saw Taichi Taichi outshot against, yeah, it was against Finley, yeah. And I'm like, Taichi looks fucking fat as hell now, too, so.
Yeah, he does. Taichi looks way out of shape. And it's like, what the fuck? Like,
why? Like,
hey.
Well, maybe Sonata could go back to the Cold Stone game. Oh, are they putting Sonata back together with Evil?
Yeah, but Evil's in House of Torture. I think the House of Torture separated itself from the Bullet Club. I'm not sure. They haven't explained. See, that's another problem with New Japan. They're not explaining any of this shit right now.
Okay.
You have the Bullet Club.
I haven't. It's been like a month or so since I kept up with New Japan, so.
And this has been going on for a while now. How are we not figuring out who's the best Bullet Club group or whatever the fuck? You got the Bullet Club War Dogs over there. You got the War Dogs over here. Kenta, is Kenta even a part of the group? Him and Ishimori and the rest of the other Japanese guys, are they even a part of the fucking group anymore? I don't even know. Because they're not explaining this thing. Ace Austin and Chris Bay are still using the Bullet Club name to a certain degree.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I don't
know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
they're not explaining any of this.
Yeah. Well, I know Jay White, he's not part of the Bullet Club, but they're using Bullet Club Gold. By now they're the Bang Bang Gang, but I think they were still using Bullet Club Gold to a certain extent too, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just confused. And they got Rocky Romero, instead of trying to funnel talent from New Japan to AEW and talent from CMLL, you need to be trying to figure out a way to wrap this Bullet Club shit up.
Yeah.
Is the Bullet Club War Dogs the only version of the Bullet Club that matters? I haven't seen fat ass what's his name? The only OG member that's still left over there. What's his name?
Oh, you find out.
Fale. I haven't seen him in God knows
Bullet
Club group too.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Rogues Army or whatever the fuck. And it's like, bro, like what?
Oh yeah, man. All I know is Finley is still the Well, it's not the Intercontinental Champion no more, but
the global champion.
Global. That's right. They changed the global. Yeah, so I just know he's the global champion, and I have fucking no idea.
Yeah, they suck. That Bullet Club War Dog shit is. I mean, I get the concept. They wanted to get all the foreign young guns together, but it's just like there's no interest in it whatsoever. They're trying, but it's like.
Well, that's what happens when you get rid of all your major talent.
And all of them go to AEW, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nobody wants to talk about that.
Nope.
But yeah, it's bad when WWE does it though. But to me, New Japan is suffering because Okada's not there, Ospreay's not there, and a couple of others. Shibata Bang Bang is not there anymore. Ishii might as well have just signed an AEW contract.
Oh yeah, he was pissed at AEW Ishii at this point.
Right. So
but they also at the same time they have been like really. I mean, I know they're trying to build up like Umino. They're trying to build up Suji. Like, you know, I know they're trying to build up these new guys, but it's like they're not to that point yet. This feels like New Japan like in like 2004, 2005, 2006, like when they were like trying to mix MMA and you had Lesnar as the champion over there, and
Bob Sapp trying to fight like it's.
Oh yeah, Bob Sapp. You know,
Sapp. So it's like I don't know. They're definitely in trouble. And I was telling Jackson the other day. Jackson's this one of Uncle RJ's many nephews.
Right.
I was telling him the other day that it just feels like New Japan is struggling to make stars because like they spent all this time just putting all the eggs in the Okada basket and the Naito basket that they wasn't really prepared for this. And they had to knew it was going to be a day that Osprey left. And I never thought that Okada was going to leave, but I knew that one day Osprey was going to leave eventually. And now they have nothing. And I'm sorry, Zack Sabre Jr. ain't it, man. He's a great wrestler. He's a great technical wrestler. He can wrap you into a ball. He can wrap you into a pretzel, but he's not. He doesn't have the aura. Not like his stablemate, fucking Shane Haste, has all the aura.
Oh yeah, 100%.
To me, they call Zack Sabre Jr. the fucking front man of TMDK, which is a slap in the face to that whole crew because number one, he's not an OG of the group, and he's not even remotely the most charismatic in that group. He's the best wrestler, I guess. But for me, Shane Haste is the number one guy in that group. And it's a shame that he's just a fucking tag team wrestler, and that's it. That's all people are ever.
And also as well, Tanahashi.
Yes.
His knees are fucking like. Yeah, like have you ever seen that meme before where they hold like a turkey leg and the meat just falls off the bone? That's his whole entire leg after a match.
Well, and Naito too. I love Naito. Naito is number one for me over there. But I'm not one of these stupid fans. Like I call a spade a spade. Naito is washed. He's got to retire next year or whatever.
Yeah, that hurts to say, but you're correct. Yeah.
It does. It does. I love him. I love Naito. Naito is my guy. I defended Naito a lot of different people. Oh, this guy. When I think he won Meltzer's most charismatic wrestler of the year award, and people was like, "This guy doesn't even speak English. How in the world can he be the most?" I'm like, you could be charismatic physically too, and that to me, that's what Naito was in the real hot heels of that.
Like 2015, 2016. Has the Intercontinental belt, throwing it on the ground, breaking it, and just great shit.
Popping his opponents up in the air and dropping them down on his foot with their crotch, like just giving them a low blow behind the referee's back. Like it's just a lot of the slick shit he was doing was fucking fantastic, and just his character because he didn't care. He did not care because the company did not care about him, and the fans didn't care about him.
Yeah,
until it was cool to care about him.
Yeah. Maurice was saying it was Take Abbott in Japan. I believe so at one point. Yeah, I think he had a little bit of a run there. Yeah.
Right. That was definitely when New Japan was trying to make those stars. But yeah, they're stuck right now. It's a shame, but it is what it is, man. When you're not prepared like you should be, that's why WWE was in trouble all those years. You know, where they had to put all the eggs in the Roman Reigns and John Cena basket because they didn't build anybody else up. And when you invest in only one person or two people, at best, of course you're not gonna have anybody to fall back on. If God forbid somebody takes a break or somebody gets hurt, you know. Now Triple H, I'll give Triple H credit. At least he's starting to get the picture that you need to have more than one top guy.
Right.
So
exactly. I mean, that's kind of how it always should have been, but so let's
Attitude Era. That's why the Attitude Era to me was really successful because you had more than one guy to lean up on. If you weren't an Austin fan, you had The Rock. If you weren't a Rock fan, you had Triple H. If you weren't a Triple H fan, you had Kane and Taker and Big Show, Mankind, and the list goes Jericho, even down to, God forbid, Chris Benoit or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you had multiple people. If you didn't like one person, but you had somebody else you could fight to,
and then
that was in the main event to upper card. You know,
ruthless aggression. Yep. You had Cena, you had Batista, you had Orton, and then you had, if you liked Edge, you had Edge there. Yeah. But Jeff Hardy. But let's get to NXT real. For we didn't watch AEW at all, but we had a lot to say about AEW. That's crazy.
Crazy, right? I mean, something out of nothing.
Yeah, they make it too easy sometimes. But NXT was tonight. It was live in Philadelphia, in the 2300 arena. Am I getting that right? 2300 arena, which was the home to ECW back in the day. Good crowd. I I really like when NXT, when they do go on the road. I like it better when they do it in front of these smaller venues. It comes off better, on TV, and I like more intimate settings. When they were doing the Halloween Havoc pay-per-view, they did it in an arena, and only half of the arena was full. And for me, I every now and then I do like to shit on the AEW attendance. In this case, it was just like, oh, that doesn't look good either. But it's like when NXT did the St. Louis show when they had to switch arenas. That looked better because at the end of the day, NXT is still developmental. So
Yeah.
it looks better whenever they're in a smaller venue because the Performance Center is a smaller venue. But
Yeah, give them all the spots that MLW has.
right.
I think they can sell all those spaces out. That way, they can dress it up, make it as intimate, but like still make it like a big television show at the same time.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought tonight's setup was great too.
Oh yeah,
That classic, like it looked like that classic NXT stage from 2012 ish. The little setup they had tonight.
that and also like a little bit of like old school Ring of Honor. Somewhat.
Yeah, definitely. That I missed so terribly, by the way.
Right. But the show began with a hardcore match. I'm surprised they didn't call it Extreme Rules match, but whatever. Hardcore match. You had Lola Vice versus Jada Parker with special guest referee Don Marie. Good to see Don back. Don Marie, hasn't been in WWE in a while.
In 20 years. 20 years.
There was the the lawsuit and everything else, but new regime, so she came back. She still looks great.
Still, yeah.
Didn't really serve a purpose. Obviously, she was the special guest referee, but I mean, obviously
She was really bad at it too.
Yeah, she was not so
not
bueno.
moving.
But they needed nostalgia, so I got it. But
I wish they could have gone with Francine, other than
and she was there too. She was in the
Yes, she
front
was.
row, which I'll say this. I don't mean to skip ahead, but a lot of the nostalgia acts, except for Rhino, weren't really used properly. Like they were, but they didn't really serve a purpose.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Van Damme. Like you didn't have anything interesting to do for Van Damme.
Yeah, I think the Van Damme stuff might lead to somewhere.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with Van Damme, what he did. I mean, it's totally cool with that.
He gave Javon Evans a little bit of the rub, and I think
Right.
Let's like Lonnie Jordan too.
gave Kalani Jordan a little rub too.
I mean, Devon, the Dudley Boys reuniting. I thought that was really a cool moment.
And I think there's a room for a possible match between Wesley and RVD. I won't count that out.
I mean
So
that
I think
kind of looks
I
like
think
a
you should
good.
I wouldn't count it out. I personally don't want to see it, But I don't think we should be investing our time into a 50-some-year-old Rob Van Dam.
Right. And then
I think it'd be a nice win for Wesley. I think Wesley he's been losing a lot since being a heel, and I think he needs
That's true.
a win over a Hall of Famer. You know how they like to put that kind of shit over on TV, and that could give him some more boosting rights as a heel, because he hasn't really done anything on it. There's nothing on his resume that screams impressive since he's been a heel.
Right. And then Rhino came back, to spear Robert Stone after Ava
And
announced,
I didn't give a
that.
shit about that at all.
Right. I mean, it was one of those things of like, I think Sabu has like health issues, so maybe that's why he couldn't show up.
And he hates the WWE, so I don't think that would have worked out.
He
But
hates.
Sandman has to have some type of deal with the WWE. I mean, they got figures. He's in the Supercard game. He's in the 2K game. So he has to have some type of deal.
Wait,
I would have preferred them.
You
I
said
would have preferred them to have Sandman.
you said Sabu hates WWE?
Yeah, pretty sure he did some type of rant on WWE sometime last year.
I remember him like.
Out.
I remember, like, in his book, he was just going off on a few people, but I don't really recall him, like, saying anything bad about WWE as a whole.
He said some nasty shit on some type of interview,
Maybe.
like not too long ago. I was like, ooh,
Raven.
there's a lot of venom there.
I mean, Raven still has his problems with WWE, but I don't know, but yeah, just again, it was nice seeing Rhino. When the lights went out, I'm like
It's
Sabu.
not. It's not. That's not nice seeing Rhino. We see Rhino all the time.
I mean, like as a nostalgic thing, for this show. Like, but when the
Sit
lights
his
went
fat ass down somewhere.
when the lights went out, I'm like Sabu, and then
And when the
like,
lights went out, I was like, oh, is it Sabu? Is it the Sandman? Like, they could have the Sandman here, just Kane, Robbie E for just one time. That would got a bigger pop than Rhino. Nothing against Rhino. Nothing against Rhino.
He's on,
But-
on the other channel. He's on the other company on TV. It's not like he's been away for so long that oh my god, Rhino's here. Some people in the same area just seen Rhino a couple weeks ago. Like fuck, like
Yeah.
oh man, to me, I could have done without him. I would have preferred if it was Sandman, man, because that would have been fucking awesome. Because we haven't seen Sandman in so long,
shit,
and I love Sandman. I love Sandman.
shit,
Cane his ass.
they could have paid royalties for one night to use Enter Sandman. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But
That would've been cool.
I digress. But anyways, going back to the first match.
Mhm.
Fun match. Not perfect, but it was a fun match. You got what you kind of expected out of these two. Jada got the win, which was expected. Lola, I don't think really loses anything because Lola's still popular. She's still over.
No, she's due for a big win though. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I would have preferred Lola to win this particular match, but
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, she's been losing a whole lot lately.
Yeah.
I thought the match kind of went a little long towards the end, especially with a lot of the like false finishes. I'm like, this is getting a little too AEW-y at the
Oh
end.
boy.
AEW as in.
As in like doing these hardcore matches and like doing all these like spots with weapons when it's like, okay, that should have been the finish.
You gotta use the weapons.
No. You know,
Shot.
no. You know what?
Shot should have been it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like when that happened, I went, okay. Like I didn't like get mad. I just went, okay. I mean, if anything, the
Smashed
spot
her in
with
face with a brick.
the spot when
I
Jada.
mean, they had to make Lola look somewhat strong because if she would have lost right there, it would have been like, ooh.
I mean, it's
I mean,
still
if she would have rolled out of the ring, I would have been okay with that.
right.
But her just flat out just kicking out, it was like,
I mean, she was. I mean, she was in the UFC. So
I mean,
or whatever it was.
if anything, do the brick spot and then Jada just does her move after that, and then 1, 2, 3. Not brick shot 1, 2, and then kick out, and then do your finisher. You know what I mean? It just, I don't know. I thought it kind of dragged, but fun match.
we had to see the boom of the booty. We had to see it.
Got that right. But fun.
my
It was
God.
fun. It was a lot of fun.
My lord.
But yeah, you're right. Lola does kind of need to win because
Yeah. Lola needs something.
this year
needs
she
something.
kind of hasn't really
She hasn't won a major match since, I guess, against Shayna Baszler.
right.
Yep.
And then speaking of,
that's about it.
we were just talking about Van Dam. You had Wesley and Javon Evans. Before that, you had Van Dam talking to Kalani Jordan to kind of give her words of wisdom. And then off camera, you saw, or not saw, but you heard, Wesley hitting Van Dam with a chair. Again, Van Dam's, 50 something, so I guess he can't take chair shots to the back anymore, so they had to like film off camera. Wesley and Javon, they had a fun match.
They did.
The one thing they said before the match that they never really did anything, for the rest of the night was that the referees were allowed discretion. Like if they wanted to like look the other way, they could, but they never did anything about that for the whole night, unless I'm missing something. Because like the other spot where Wesley goes for the chair and then the referee grabs the chair and goes no. It's like, if I'm Wesley, I'm like, what happened to referee's discretion? But I don't know. That was weird.
He might bring that up next week.
Right, like they brought that up and then they didn't do anything with it for the rest of the night. They just said, hey, the referees they have the option of looking the other way, but they didn't do anything at all. But oh well.
Yeah.
But fun match. The match ended with Wesley trying to, or not Wesley, Javon, after the run-in with Rob, which again, I'm not gonna say botched because when I think of botched, I think of something different. But like, I guess it was like a miscue or mistimed. Uh, Javon tries to go for a 5-star across the other side of the ring. Kind of hits it. Like his knees hit first.
He didn't hit it.
Like his knees hit first. But
he didn't hit it.
Javon.
It was way too far.
Right. Javon gets the win.
I think it was just Wesley out of position. He was just too far.
Right. Javon gets the win, and then of course gets the rub from Van Dam, and yeah, kind of similar to the Orton spot where he mistimed the RKO, but yeah, that was that. But you guys have any thoughts on that match?
No,
I thought it was a very fun match. Show two guys' athleticism. I mean, it wasn't a perfect match, but it was like it was kind of like a TNA X Division match or AEW match, but WWE fans, when they did not get Will Ospreay, they're very upset. Ryan Evans is going to be WWE's Will Ospreay.
Yep. Agreed. I do agree. West doesn't need a big win. I think if any, he should have won this match. I mean, it doesn't really hurt Javon because he's still over. But I think West could have used this win, and then Van Dam could have came in and talked a little bit of shit and did a beat down, and then ended with the pose with Javon. So you still could have done that. But and then next you had a tag team match with Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley versus Ethan Page and Ridge Holland. I mean, the match wasn't anything special. wasn't great. Wasn't bad. Ridge Holland rolls up Trick, so it looks like they're doing Trick and Ridge Holland next. Okay. And then afterwards they brought in Devon.
Shit about that.
Right.
Oh, that is oh my god. See what I mean?
Right.
We're highlighting the wrong guys to go up against Trick Williams. That match is going to be the blind leading the blind.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all think that match is going to be good at Deadline?
No.
So, although I 100% agree, I do not want to see Trick versus Ridge. I don't think it's going to be a fairly good match or even a interesting feud.
NXT Deadline, more like NXT Flatline. If
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
But who would you put in that spot?
Yeah, bro, they got so much young talent they're not even using right now. I would use fucking Finley's kid. Why are we not using Finley's kid on TV? That dude
in the main event of Deadline?
Finley's kid?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, no, I'm not saying put him in the main event, but I'm just saying there's other talents that you can use right now that you can be building up for a spot to go up against Trick Williams, and they're not using them. But who?
But that's what I'm asking. Who?
Who?
There's really nobody right now.
I would rather see Eddie Thorpe go up against Trick Williams because at least that's somebody that can give him a decent match. Whatever they're gonna do with Eddie Thorpe moving forward, if he's gonna turn heel and start spazzing out, that could be the catalyst for it. Him losing to Trick Williams, and he can go and do whatever he needs to do from there. I would not give the spot to Sean Spears. He's too old. Get him the fuck out of here.
All right.
Jensen. I don't know. Briggs.
He's not there yet. No.
Briggs. I don't know about that.
No, his stock went down after that Japan. Yeah. Run.
But if they didn't do anything with if they didn't insinuate that they were going to be going after the tag team titles, I would have tried out Tavion Heights for the spot. I would have tried him out.
I would love Tavion Heights, but on NXT tonight, I don't know. Well, you did see that, right? With William Regal?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they kind of implied that they were going after the tag titles, which, honestly, they should have been, kind of having tag matches and building them up as a team anyways for the longest.
Right.
But if they didn't have him in that spot, that would be another guy to consider. They're doing this shit with Shanti D. Adonis. So I don't know about that. Hell, when I said you got Cedric Alexander down there, why not give him a main event against Trick Williams? And that could probably be probably one of Trick's best matches. You got Ced right there. You're not doing nothing with the dude. He's just down there spinning his tires, being a dad to Javon Evans. Why not give Ced a match against Trick Williams that they can actually be proud of. Like,
I got a name. You're naming all these names. I got a name. I mean, he'll have to defeat him. You have to defeat fucking Trick by Obafemi.
You damn Skippy. That's why I didn't bring. That's why I didn't.
That's the only one. That's the only one outside of Ridge Holland. And even though I don't want Ridge Holland, as I stated, I do not want the match.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only other one that makes sense. All the other names,
they're gonna hold off on that until like takeover.
And that's why I didn't bring his name up, because that is the end game right there.
Right,
Obafemi should be beating him.
Of course.
I'm talking about guys that Trick can wrestle and beat and possibly have good matches with, and he can beat and go about his merry way.
The biggest black eye in NXT right now is their main event scene.
Damn right.
That is a huge. It's never been weaker.
And it's not like they don't have the talent. They got the talent. Like, they got the talent. They just got to elevate them more, bro.
Let me.
I mean, they've been focusing so much on the women's division, rightfully so, right? They need to start revamping this men's division. I don't know when Ricky Stark's contract is coming up, but he's desperately needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can use Ricky. You can use a Penta down there too, especially if he doesn't want to shine without his brother.
Wardlow.
You can use him down it. You use him down in NXT. Well, I think Wardlow's staying in AEW. I'm convinced at this point.
To do what?
To do what he's been doing for the last 5 years.
Which is what, Dick? Like Dick All?
Yeah, dig all and collect money. That's not a bad gig if you can get it.
Whatever.
Like Kevin Castle says.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Let me ask y'all something. So with this ID thing, I only know what I know based off of what other people are saying. Like, how do you think this benefits NXT? Dumb question.
Well, for one, we're talking about the talent, indie talent that they can use immediately in these main events. That's for sure. That's one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, one of the pictures they put out the other day, they teased the guy with buggy eyes and a scar on his forehead, right? A lot of people went crazy and thought it was Timothy Thatcher. I actually think that's Charles Mason from House of Glory. I recognize those buggy eyes anywhere. That's a guy you can use in the main event, right? Damn.
Oh, Nathan is a fucking star.
Yeah, and he has a character. He's pretty much, for those who don't know, especially Drew, I know you don't watch House of Glory and stuff like that. You don't keep up with the indie stuff like that. But pretty much he's Christian Bale's character from American Psycho. Like, that's pretty much his fucking gimmick. He's this rich guy who kills people. He's the root of all evil. Now, he probably won't be able to get away with the murders on screen. There's actual vignettes of him strangling women and smuggling people with the plastic bag, like Moxley. Like, he actually shot his own, like, angles and shit like that. And he actually did a fucking vignette with Solo Monster where he sent him Carlos Rivera's fucking finger in a box. And Solo Monster was like, holy shit. So that was like some really good shit. So, like, he presents himself and packages himself pretty nicely. That's a guy I can see coming in and going after Trick too.
Right.
But I think the ID program could definitely help with that. They brought in some guy from Pro Wrestling Noah tonight. I don't know the guy's name because I don't watch Pro Wrestling Noah like that.
I just posted a picture of that guy in the chat, by the way, that Charles Mason.
Yeah.
Charles Mason, yeah.
He's
the root of all evil. Yeah, he's a crazy motherfucker. But he's got his own spin to
and mind you, House of Glory, that's where Private Party came out of. That's Amazing Red's promotion up in New York.
Ortiz and Santana.
Ortiz and Santana, yeah.
Isn't that where Soul Monster and JD their commentary?
Yeah, that's when they do their commentary. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and Solo Monster's a commissioner.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
What was the commissioner?
Solo Monster.
Oh, Soul Monster. Yeah, he's the commissioner. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he does. He does a really damn good job too.
Also, as well, Jacob Fatu was wrestling there for a while too. So they're in MLW, of course. So yeah.
Ken Broadway, Cash Flow.
Oh yeah.
A lot of guys. Yeah. A lot of guys had their start in HOG. So it's like it's really cool. I like House of Glory. House of Glory is one of my favorites. One of my favorite indies. I'm a little biased.
Yeah, you got the top companies like AEW and WWE, right? Then you got like the TNAs, the GCWs, and stuff like that, right? That next tier down. The tier right below that is like House of Glory, Reality Wrestling, OVW, places like that. So,
I agree.
so I mean, you get awesome wrestling there. You can be able to watch it anywhere because they have it like on the apps and shit. So they do a really good job over there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Their production is really, really well for indie promotion. They shoot
Yeah.
really good vignettes and they really take time. I think Red stresses it enough, which is kind of funny because the knock on Red for so long was that he wasn't exactly the most charismatic or a guy who had character to him. But he's damn sure making sure all his students understand the essence of having a character, having a gimmick, and being able to talk and shit like that as well. So I think Amazing Red is really training
Right.
guys to not only know how to wrestle, but to convey a message to the audience and their fans. And I think that's really good shit. So
Yeah.
I think he's doing it well. I'm surprised his name was not included. I know they shout Amazing Red out on TV whenever they can, but I'm surprised he's not involved in this somehow, some way. Maybe he will be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To continue NXT, you had the North American Championship. You had Tony D'Angelo versus Nunzio.
I'm kind of mad they didn't come out as Little Guido Maritano though. Should have just been Little Guido.
Little Guido.
Well, I mean yeah yeah.
I mean, he was Little Guido in ECW.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they,
I get why. I mean, he had Little Guido on his tights, like, but I get it. I get it.
maybe they think Guido's a bad term. Or,
Oh no, I get it. I get it, but just my preference. That's all.
but fun. It was nice seeing Nunzio back, and you still got it chance and short match, which is I think what it needed to be. And
Of course,
Yeah.
he still got it. He still wrestles.
well,
He still wrestles.
well, the casuals, the filthy casuals, as we all call them. They're like, oh, Guido's back or Nunzio's back, but
I've seen Nunzio wrestle in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
and then the main event, which was the 10 women tag, you had the faces, Stephanie Vakor, Julia, Zarya. Why am I blanking on the other two?
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace and
Lonnie Jordan.
Kalani Jordan. There you go. I don't know why I blanked on them. And he had the heels, Fatal Influence, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade.
I will say this real quick. And this has nothing to particularly do with the match. As much as shit as Def Rebel gets, I like Fatal Influence's theme song.
I love it.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I think it really fits the group, the aura of the group, because the word aura gets thrown around. I think it really does fit the aura of the group.
Yeah.
So
that mean dark girl vibe, but then they had the cowbells in there for Fallon, playing off her character and shit like that. So yeah, no, I think it fits all three of them. There's a piece in there for all three of them. So
love it.
yeah, like I just wanted to give Def Rebel their flowers for that because I know they get a lot of hate and I shit on them too. But yeah, I gotta give them credit for that. Really good song.
Agreed. Yeah, really, really fun match as you expected. The women closed the show, and they went out there and they ate the scenery, so to speak.
Yeah, they did. They definitely
The
did.
fans loved it. My girl Stephanie, she again, when she comes in the match, the mood changes, and it's a positive thing. And she works at 100 miles per hour, so to speak. She kind of slows it down a little bit. So I think she's great. Obviously, I think Julia's great. Cora, again, hasn't been back for a while, so she has to kind of slow it down a little bit. But I thought in this match she kind of did a little bit more than she did in her Halloween Havoc match. So it was nice seeing her.
I thought Cora was fine here. I didn't
Yeah.
think she was a negative at all.
Yeah, she looked fine. She looked fine.
Yeah.
Jasmine Nix, they really think the world of this girl. Again, she's green, but that's why it's NXT. That's why it's developmental. So I think she's gonna get there. And obviously
Yeah.
Kalani's Kalani. But yeah, it was a fun match. You know, kind of flash forward to the end. You know, there's a spot at the end where Zarya accidentally spears Jordan, which kind of looked like Roxanne was gonna, you know, take the win for her team, but Zarya hits the F5 on the champion. So it looks like Zarya is
a bit if they would have had Roxanne pin Zarya.
Right. I mean, I'm saying it looked that way, but
oh my god, I thought it was gonna happen too. I'm like, ain't no way Sean's doing this. There's no way in the world Sean is gonna do this right now. There's no way, no fucking way you're gonna do this.
But Zarya gets the pin, and Jordan Grace was kind of not
a non-factor.
Yeah, she was kind of a non-factor in the match, which is unfortunate because she's Jordan Grace. She's, you know, really really good. But
I mean, she ran wild for like a couple of seconds, but yeah, other than that, she really didn't have much of an impact, no pun intended, into the match. I think obviously they teased a little showdown between her and Zarya with that spear, which, by the way, I love how so Smash Mouth Zarya's moveset is for a big woman. It's nice to see a big woman, Nikita Lyons, really, really have this Smash Mouth fucking wrecking ball fucking I'm using my size and my strength moveset, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I wanted Nikita Lyons to have. Like just be Smash Mouth.
Right.
You got size and you got two legs up on some of these other girls as far as like weight goes. Like use your weight and your size and your strength.
Right.
Where Zarya fucking gets it, man. My God, that spear is beautiful, by the way.
And that F5.
I love how she
looks very smooth.
The way she does it, it's like an arrow just darting right at you, man. Yeah. It looks beautiful. I'm like, and Jordan Grace did a good job selling it, so it was really good. And her F5 is really clean too. So yeah, no, Zarya. I didn't know too. I've heard the name Delta. I've heard it a lot, but this is my first real exposure to seeing her, and I've been impressed with her so far. So
agreed.
Yeah. It also doesn't hurt that she's named after one of my good friends at work. I got a friend named Zarya who's ironically tall too. She's tall, like I won't say Amazon woman, but she's tall. She's a tall girl.
Right.
So
but that was NXT. Good show. I thought it was a really good show. Again, the crowd was great. Love digging these smaller venues. But yeah, next week they're gonna go back to Orlando, and yeah, same show as usual. But it'll be back on Tuesdays as well. But overall, what did you guys think about NXT tonight?
It was a fun show tonight. Love the crowd, love the energy. I can't say the same thing for AEW from when I saw it. You know, it sounded like the crowd didn't really sound too lively on the AEW side of things. But as far as NXT is concerned, I thought, you know, it was a fun show. It wasn't groundbreaking or shattering, anything like that. I thought it was a fun 2 hours, though.
All right, what about you, RJ?
I thought it was a fun show. It went by smoothly. I thought they did what they needed to do. I didn't think that announcement segment was necessary, you know, to tell everybody that they're having a pay-per-view, but it's not going to be in fucking Philadelphia. It's going to be in Minnesota. I don't know what the point of that was. I just thought that was a waste of time, especially to see Rhino, like I said, who we see all the time. Like, how can I miss you when you're never gone? Just give fucking Robert Stone a fucking gore. Like, I care so much about that whatsoever. But I thought everything else was fine. I thought the usage of the legends, yeah, sure, it could have been a whole lot more better. But I thought they used them in spots that helped, especially in RVD's case. You know, he gave Javon Evans is a fan of RVD. You know, and Javon Evans has said that on NXT TV. So I thought that was nice for him to get a moment with one of his idols. So I thought that was cool. And like I said, leaves the door open for a Wesley RVD match. So I thought the usage of RVD was fine. The usage of the Dudley Boys I thought was fine too. The pop the crowd. I wish they would have done more with Francine. I don't know what they could have done with Francine, but due to the fact that pool is so deep, maybe they could have had her do something with Lash Legend and Jakara. Maybe. Give them advice or some shit like that.
Could have done a cat eye spot.
Oh yeah, could have done a cat fight
What?
spot, something like that. Yeah, you're right.
Does Joey Styles still hate on WWE? Like, where the fuck was Joey Styles at?
That would have been cool to hear. Oh my,
I
no, that would have been cool.
yeah, I think he's just away from the spotlight in general.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him in years.
But yeah, fun show. It's NXT. It's usually like Jeff Lippman says, it's delightful. In this case, it was extremely delightful.
Man, Shotzi and Scarlett look so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, on their
especially together. My God.
on their haunted house show.
Poof.
But
Yeah, I need Shotzi back on my TV, man.
yeah, agreed. But last bit of news: Bruce Pritchard and Michael Hayes will be taking a leave of absence. This was reported today. As far as Hayes is concerned, he is on leave for personal reasons. He hasn't been backstage at any TV tapings this week or the recent weeks. Pritchard has been absent for family reasons. It is said that both men are expected to be back with WWE at some point in the future. Neither of their absences are related to the former WWE chairman Vince McMahon. Additionally, it was added that a number of NXT talents weren't brought to tonight's NXT TV tapings in Philadelphia. So, end quote. But any thoughts on that?
What was that last part again? You said a lot of talents weren't brought to Philadelphia for the tapings.
I was saying that a lot of NXT talents weren't brought to tapings tonight in Philly, or the taping tonight in Philly.
Of course not. If there's no use for them, then why waste money on sending them to Philly if they're not going to use them at any point? Doesn't make any sense.
Right. No, I just wanted to throw it in there. But
Yeah.
thoughts on Pritchard and Hayes?
Not really. I mean, I really hope that their situations are well, and hopefully that they're back soon. That's pretty much it. But not really. I mean, I'm not losing sleep over this.
Yeah, is things really going to change backstage? Like, I mean, is one agent going to come up with any idea that Hayes and Pritchard can't bring to the table that
Right.
can help Triple H out? Like, is that a possibility? Sure, it's a possibility. But besides that, I mean, there's no real big outstanding consequences to either one of those guys being off right now.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
But in that case, we're gonna call it a night because we're about to hit 2 hours. But
I just gotta say, Stephanie Vakir's fucking thighs and that fucking Jesus Christ, woman. My
mhm.
God. You can crack a fucking tree branch with that shit.
You can also crack. Never mind. But much love to everybody. Much love to, of course, much love to Justin, who makes the show work the way he does. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
And of course, much love to RJ for jumping on tonight, helping us cover these array of topics. Thank you, RJ.
Yeah.
Uh,
No problem.
But guys, go ahead and plug your stuff. Whoever wants to start first.
Yeah, of course, you guys know where to find me on Spinebuster Tees, spinebustertees.com. Get yourself a t-shirt. Very much so an array of great designs, including for tonight the hardcore wrestling t-shirt. So you could definitely check that out and buy it, and help me out. So make sure I can be able to eat the next day. That'll be great. Also as well, you can check out the hardcore. I said the hardcore t-shirt, but the Weapons Pro Wrestling t-shirt, the Just Enjoy Wrestling t-shirt, the I Am Pro Wrestling t-shirt. All those are on SpinebusterTees.com. Also, Spinebuster Tees on Instagram. Follow me on there, where you can see all the stuff that I'll be posting inside my shop, which is Spinebuster Tees at the Wonderland of the Americas, aka Crossroads Mall in San Antonio, Texas. Come and visit. You never know who will be there. You'll never know who will visit. I had a local. Well, now he's not a local wrestler, but he's an independent wrestler from Florida. He came and visited the first time today, and he worked guys like Jonathan Gresham and Santana, and so you never know who you'll meet and who they work with and all that stuff, and so it was really fun having that conversation with them. So, but yeah, that was Spinebuster Tees. On Instagram, Spinebuster Tees at the Wonderland of the Americas, and SpinebusterTees.com. And with that being said, I gotta go because I gotta early day ahead of me where I gotta wake up in, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 hours, and so I gotta take a shower. So I'll leave you guys to it for the rest of the stream here, but you guys have a great night.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, brother.
Be safe.
Yeah, man.
You have a good one, man.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Jay and Drew and chat. Great show tonight.
All right, take care.
Peace.
And RJ, you're on last, so you're our closer. Plug your stuff,
Yeah,
man.
you can follow me on Twitter or X at Low RJ Unlimited, and where my words and my thoughts have no limits. You can find my call promotion, CCW. You can find that at the RTJXX on Twitch and on YouTube. And we got our big tournament coming up to determine who will be the #1 contender, who will be main eventing our big show next month, Bash of Tokyo. So the Battle of New York is coming up in a couple of weeks. We also have an all-female pay-per-view coming up soon. That should be good. I heard the main event might be an elimination chamber match for the women's championship, and I heard that one of the other championships will be getting fused together. So that's going to be fun and interesting for the ladies, because last year they got left out of the loop because we had the all men's tournament with the Battle of New York. So it was like 3 shows back to back with. It was pretty much a sausage fest. So a lot of the girls was like, "Hey, what the fuck? Why are we not on these shows?" And we was like, "All right, well, next year we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something a little different." So we got CCW Unbreakable, because a lot of the women on our roster are indeed unbreakable. So that's going to be for them. And then we have Battle of New York coming after that. So that's going to be a 3-day event, because we're doing one bracket from one show first, and then we're going to be doing the other bracket on the second night, and then we're just going to have the final along with a full-blown like pay-per-view card for it afterwards on the third night. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. We just have a lot of fun putting these events together and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, we have that. And other than that, me and Drew have a show tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why am I blanking on the name? Jesus Christ. Friendly Neighborhood Marks. I can't remember anything anymore.
Friendly Neighborhood Marks. So
I might
look forward to that when that drops tomorrow, or whenever Drew drops it, because I know you like to do a lot of special editing there. So
Yes, sir.
so yeah, like that should be fun. You got that coming up. So yeah, it's a lot to look forward to between all 3 of us, So if you're a fan, or I not hate seeing fans, because that sounds ridiculous and stupid. But if you support us and you like what we do, then we got a lot of stuff coming your way. So
Yes,
appreciate any support that gets lent my way, let alone Drew, Justin, and just us as a collective, any type of support that comes our way, that's really cool.
We love all you guys. We do love the support. At the end of the day, it's about who's riding with us.
Yeah, of course.
That's all that matters. Julian Cannon. I'm doing a lot of name dropping tonight. Julian Cannon, good friend of mine, good friend of the show. He said something to me that always resonated with me, which is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I have 660 or 6 people listening. What matters is that I have people listening. And that's all that matters to me, is that I have people listening.
And the Julian Cannon, by the way, does a lot of great work. A lot of great work.
Julian's the man. I love him. He is. Great dude.
Great dude.
But I'll plug my stuff and we'll get out of here. DY Experience on Twitter X. Unfortunately, it's on Twitter X. Facebook page, which I don't really use too much, but I probably should. Instagram, and then there's a YouTube channel, which get those numbers up. Get those numbers up, people. We go live every Wednesday, and whenever we do a pay-per-view post show. Maurice, what is Blue Sky? I'm sorry, you asked that question earlier. I forgot to ask you. What is Blue Sky? But yeah, YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel. It's free. Same as Twitter. I don't think I've heard of it. I need to check it out. Yeah, YouTube. Get those subscriptions. Subscribe, like and comment and share and tell a friend. And the podcasts, the ones I do on Wednesday, the ones I do with RJ, even like old ones, which I'm gonna try and put out more of the older episodes I did with RJ back in our Patreon days, and also the ones I did with Jeff. I stopped a while ago. Sorry about that, but I will try to get more of those out. And of course, we're doing a new episode tomorrow, so support those and support our friends too. Thank you to Mish, as always, who gave us this platform to do this show. And yeah, what else can I say, everybody? But have a good night. Be safe. I hope you guys are okay. Anyone who's having a hard time, after what happened yesterday, seek help. Just be okay. That's the best way I can. That's the best thing I'd say is be okay. And people, we're all here for you. We're all here to put a smile on your face and make you laugh. Whatever we can do to help, it means the world to us. Whenever I do get those occasional messages of, hey, I was having a hard day and I listened to your show and, it made me happy. It means the world to me when I can hear stuff like that. But yeah, just be okay, people. We're here for you in case you need to laugh. But have a good night, people, and peace out.
Thanks. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Michigan, and just yeah, man, just keep on riding with us, man, because we got a lot of stuff we want to put out there, and like I said, every bit of support and just every bit of support just goes a long way,
Yes, sir.
It really does for all of us, So yeah, man, shout out to everybody once again.
All right. Peace out, people. All right, let me stop the stream.